Welcome to the show, guys. Unmasking the Blueprint is a unique visual podcast that will begin each show with a blueprint shuffle. Yep, you heard me correctly. We will be shuffling. Grab a pen and a paper because the nuggets will be dropped for you to use and grow. We will interview business owners and music artists, and you'll be able to meet the person behind the brand. Each show will have a giveaway, so stay tuned to win.
I am so excited for everyone who made it out today. I am so excited that y'all are here. Welcome to the show, guys. We have two amazing guests tonight. Y'all do not want to miss the nuggets that's about to be dropped. You do not want to miss what we have going on this evening, okay? We have the amazing Pastor Tess. Let me see if she's here. Let me see if she's available still for us. Let me see. There she go. There she go. Hey, Miss Tess. Hi, Pastor Tess.
Hey,
We're so happy to have you on the show.
what a blessing. What a blessing. Thank you.
We have the amazing author Stephanie Allen. How are you, Miss Stephanie?
Hey. Good afternoon, everyone. Blessings. Been looking forward to this.
I am so
Yes.
excited to have both of y'all beautiful ladies on the show today. This is just supersonic amazing for me. So we have a
We
pastor
are
on the
glad.
show. Huh?
We are glad to be on the show. I'm very happy. I'm very excited.
We have Pastor Tess and then author Stephanie. Daddy is a pastor.
Yes.
How ironic. So,
Wow.
Miss Tess, you have so much going on.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I am a pastor of Behind Closed Doors Ministry. I am a mother and a grandmother. I'm a GG. And I am an entrepreneur. Also am a business owner. So I have a lot going on. I do have a lot going on.
And I love it. I love it. And so I'm asking a blueprint love to bring busy people, powerful people, blessing people on a show like you so that people can see that they can do this too, right?
Yes. Know that God is called. When God called you, it's just not saying that you don't have to be doing your whatever He had you doing before. Because God has so many gifts and talents that He put in all of us. And so we utilize, and this is what I always say, I'm gonna use every gift that God has given me with my name on it. So if you see me doing about 5 or 10 things, that's every gift God gave me with my name on it. I can't talk about nobody else's name, but I'm gonna tell you about my name on it. Come on. Yes.
Come on now. Come on, Pastor. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So I heard you mention about ministry. What is it? Birth out behind closed doors ministry. I told your name up, but I just heard you
That's
mention
all right.
it. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Well, in 2000, God gave me, told me to write. I was sitting by a pool, and I was living in Houston at the time. And in 2000, that's when Behind Closed Doors Ministries vision became written down. I know y'all know it's Habakkuk 2:2. It said, "Write the vision, make it plain, read it, and then run with it."
Come on now.
I wrote the vision in 2000, and I made it as plain as I heard it from God. And I thought that was just personally. At that time, I didn't know it was me going to be pastoring almost 16 years later. But I thought it was about my situation because I was going through my own challenges. I was going behind my closed doors. I was struggling. I was having a hard time. The kids was little at that time, and I was having a hard time. So I thought God just wanted me to write down what I was going through. Did not realize that God really was writing the vision of Behind Closed Doors Ministries of what you see right now that birthed out in 2016. So it was 16 years later. I wrote it in 2000, and then it's 16 years later. is when God said, okay, I'm calling you to pastor behind closed doors ministry. And I was like, what? And he was like, you wrote the vision in 2000. And if you don't mind, I want to share this real quick. I heard crying. I had literally heard moaning and groaning and people crying. And I really thought that was me crying in my spirit, because when I tell you I was going through back then. And I thought it was me crying in my spirit. That's what I thought. And I found out that God was allowing me to hear other people going through behind their closed doors. And he said, you're not the only one that is going through something. There's so many people that's hurting behind the closed doors. So many people that are struggling. So many people are just wanting somebody to come and help. But watch this, how really it became the name of behind closed doors, because I was in ministry in 2000. I wasn't a pastor, but I was a minister, ordained minister. Watch this, y'all. But nobody came to check on me. Nobody. I had ministered all these churches. I would fly places. People send me plane tickets to come and preach it for them and everything. But nobody, when I went through my hardship and my thing was going on, nobody came and knocked at the door. And that's how behind closed doors ministry became a birth out right now. That's how this came about. Because God said people are hurting behind their closed doors. But when you become a pastor, you make sure you go check on people. You always check on people. So I try to stay approachable at all times. And I always try to take time out my day to make sure I'm checking on somebody just to see, are you okay? Or send them a message on Facebook. Just say something to them. Because we got to check on people. Y'all, come on, somebody. You got to go on. And Michelle, because I'll be going all day long with that one. That's how behind closed doors ministry is birthing right today. And I'm doing everything God told me to do with behind closed doors ministries.
So guys, I'm going to tell you what I heard her say, guys, just in case y'all didn't get some of this. Okay. What I heard her say is, in the midst of her pain, in the midst of her journey, she birthed what's happening now.
Yes.
And she started a ministry to help people like her. My listeners,
come on.
You are going through something right now. But what we're not understanding is you got to embrace that, because what you need to learn from that, because there's somebody who's going to grow and be helped because of that. You know, a lot of times, Miss Pastor Tish, that a lot of people go through storms and they want to hide the storm and don't want to reveal the storm. But you know what? You know why nobody didn't help you? Because God needed you to go through that storm so he can mold you to be who you are now. We're like moths. We're like butterflies. When we're going through the storm, we're in our cocoon and we're strengthening up. And when we come out, we don't even come out the same.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
And so, it was hurtful. So I wanted to make sure that y'all understood and heard what she said. She was going through something herself. But she took what she lacked when she was going and she birthed it into something that now when people are going through where she was, she can reach down and say, I got you and I understand. Because she's not saying that she understands because she read it or she saw it. She understands it because she's been there, guys. Come on now. I hope y'all heard that, because that was real. That was real.
Yes.
So,
Amen.
So is that your mission too? Because my next question was actually, what was your mission behind closed doors?
My mission is to go and preach and teach those that are broken. That is my mission, and teach those that feel like they're locked in prison. And sometimes they may not be just physically in prison, incarcerated. It may just be in prison and within themselves, in their own soul. My mission is to break the generational curses. My call on my life is to get you out of bondage and set the captives free. I'm a deliverance pastor, and I tell people this all the time. I'm a deliverance pastor. I'm just not an ordinary pastor. When I open my mouth, I have to be able to break generational curses. I gotta speak life into a dead situation. That's who I am. That's who God called me to be. Sometimes folks may think she don't have to do all that. It don't take y'all that it does for my calling.
I love it, Pastor.
And I
I
tell
love
you,
it. I
for
love it.
my anointing that's on my life, I got to do that. Because some folks is living so much in bondage and they're hurting so bad and they're going through. And if I could shake them up and I could wake them up, then hey, I'm doing what God assigned me to do. I'm doing what God assigned me to do. I'm my Jesus.
Woo! People in the audience saying hallelujah. Amen.
My Jesus.
Yes, Miss Tanya. Let me tell y'all something. Baby,
Glory.
it's just a coincidence. We have author Stephanie on here, and I'm an author too. And so Pastor talked about the book that she written. Did you write a book, Pastor? I hear you say you wrote a book.
Yes.
That's what I thought I heard. You know,
I have written 2 books. Yes, I have. Well, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I've written a total of 4 books, but I have 2 books that we're getting ready in the making of putting out. That has been written, was written in 2019 and also written in 2020. And so but I've written others. In 2008 I wrote a book, how to pray and get results, but I also have just finished writing these other books, which is the power of salvation and the power of prayer. And so we're getting ready to put them out because I've been waiting on something else we're going to do with them.
Okay. So just so y'all know, I wrote a book called Own It, and the book is, and when I tell you everything she was saying was just hidden on it.
Oh, wow.
We be so broken in our mind and our bodies and our soul. And when we don't let it out, we can't even be who we're called to be. We can't even be who we want to be because we're allowing, somebody say, hey, Pastor, because we're allowing things to hold us down. When I wrote On It, Take Your Life Back, Miss Pastor, I felt so light. I felt so light after I wrote it. I was just like, yes, because you know what? I was no longer embarrassed. I was no longer ashamed. I was no longer held in bondage. You know
Come on.
You know the saddest part of being molested? You know the saddest part is, you know who feels the most ashamed?
My Jesus.
The person who's molested. You know the person who get the most criticism? The person who was molested. Shame on this world. Shame on this world. But when I wrote my book and I put that pen to that paper, I was free. I feel like that thing free at last. Okay? And so I'm no longer ashamed. But why was I ever ashamed, Pastor? Come on now.
My Jesus.
But why we so angry? Why we are the victims? Guys, I hope y'all getting these nuggets in here. So let's make sure we understand what was being said. Just like myself, I had to write it down. Write down what was hurting me. Write down what was broken me. I had a whole seminar, and I had people go around, Miss Tess, and this may be for you because you like to do it with
Jesus.
I had them write down the things that I didn't want them to leave the event with. Do you understand me? And I had them put it in the trash because when they left that event, I didn't want them to leave the same. Okay? And so that's what I'm taking from your spirit, Pastor. That what you're saying is that you can't be no regular pastor.
Come on now.
You gotta shake it on up when you get involved, right? I love it. I love it, guys. Jesus. I hope that y'all listening in. Yes, ma'am, make it plain. Yes. I love it. I love it. I still have some more questions. Let me get over here to these questions.
Okay.
Do you find it hard being a woman pastor?
You know what? I used to. When my ministry came out, I became a pastor in 2016. And it was tough then. It was very, very tough then. And I wasn't, watch this. I knew God called me, but I was trying to be a copycat pastor.
Ooh!
I was trying to copy what other pastors was doing. Pastors that I had been up under. And watch this, in 2016, I started my church first in Sugar Land, Texas. And I remember hearing God said, I didn't call you to preach like that.
Come on now.
I didn't call you to have them kind of anniversary dates, and I'm not knocking nobody. Please don't get me twisted, y'all. Don't think I'm talking about anybody. Please don't. But that wasn't the call on my life. And I tell you, and so I was trying to do it what I used to and what I've seen and what I've been up under. And God said, do what I called you to do. So for a season, my church did not stop in existence for a season. We didn't come back into existence. Watch this. I started in 2016. In 2016, when God corrected me, he shut me down because he said, I didn't call you to be that type of pastor. Where you getting that from? And I was like, well, God, you put me up. I sat up under, and he said, that's what I told you to do. He said, your calling don't look like their calling. Their calling don't look like your calling. Come on, somebody. He said, you're going to do what I had to do. Yeah. So I had to sit, and I had to say, God, tell me what type of pastor I'm supposed to be, who you called me to be. So we didn't come back. Watch this, y'all, from 2016 to 2020. Sometimes you gotta sit and be still and know that he's God, and you gotta let him coach you and teach you and show you. And God had to coach me, teach me, and show me. And then now, watch this. Listen to me. My church was in Sugarland. So now God said, okay, now you're ready to go back into pastorship. And I said, okay, God, so I'm getting ready to call the people I was leasing the church from in Sugarland, but I was going back to Sugarland. God said, no, you're going to Galveston County. What? And I said, God, and you know that's a tough area for a woman pastor. You know Galveston County don't believe in women pastors, period. Why are you saying? So it looked like he made it harder. It looked like he made it harder for me. But can I tell you? I'm confident in who I am. And I tell you, I walk boldly in my pastorship. I don't disrespect nobody. I know men that are pastors already, and some like me, some don't like me. Some listen to me, some don't listen to me. But can I tell you, I work for God, and I know this time that I work for God. I'm not trying to copycat. I ain't trying to do nothing. I don't mind getting taught by other pastors. I ain't got no problem with that. I got a teachable spirit. I'm a coachable. I am all that. But God said, don't you ever get distracted and try to be nobody else but who I called you to be. And so it ain't tough no more for me. It don't bother me no more. It did before, but it don't no more. Come on, somebody. I love what God has called me to. And I'm going to be who God said I am, whether they like it or they don't.
I love it.
You don't have to listen if you don't want to listen. Oh, Rachel, you don't get me all caught up. You better slow down. You better go to the next question or the next question, because I'm going to get all hyped in a minute.
Somebody said they so glad that you they pastor.
My Jesus, bless you, woman of God. Bless you, man of God. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for being my members. Thank you. Jesus.
Come on now. We're not for everybody, but who we for. Come on now. So how do people find Behind Closed Doors ministry? It's all right.
Say it again. I didn't hear your question. Say it again.
So how do we find Behind Closed Doors ministry?
We are located at 201 South Varshay Road in Texas City, Texas, 77591. You can also, I come on live. I'm under Tess Beafneaux Facebook Live. I do an encouraging word in the morning time. Sometimes not every morning. It just depends on what God has me doing. And sometimes I have to complete those assignments. But most of the time I get on every day. I'm doing my encouraging word. And our ministry is live on Facebook for Bible study on Thursdays at 7 o'clock and Sunday discipleship training at 10 and 11 o'clock praise and worship. Come on out and come on. If y'all in the area, come and pay us a visit. You will not be disappointed. And I tell you that you won't be disappointed. Come on, y'all. Come on. Or listen to me live on Facebook. Come on. You ain't going to be disappointed. That's all I'm going to say. Glory.
So Jesus. Let me tell you something. Y'all haven't heard from Stephanie yet, but let me tell you something. If you're paying attention to the women of God that's on here right now, if you understand what we're saying, we are multi-serial entrepreneurs.
Yes.
We are authors.
Yes.
We are evolving because we are listening to what God is telling us to do. People, you're not meant to do one thing. If you're a mother, you are meant to be the best mother, provider, the cook, the clean. She's like, I'm a housewife. Baby, be the best housewife that you're going to be. But guess what else do God have for you? Should you be helping at the church? See, sometimes people think when I start preaching about doing multi-things, they think multi-things mean multi-income. See, I'm going to do some multi-income because I got multi-kids, okay? But maybe multi-things not for maybe multi-income not for everybody. But guess what? God gave you a talent. What is that talent? Use that talent that God gave you. Did y'all not hear what Pastor told you in the beginning? She said she's taking she using all her gifts. She's using all her gifts. Sharita said, hey guys, hey ladies.
Hello, woman of God.
Yes.
Amen.
Let me tell y'all something. Y'all know Pastor Tess, what I don't do. I'm an author. I fix credit repair. I do vision boards. I make affirmation shirts. You know why? Because I put that on like Superwoman. I am unstoppable. I am this. Right? And so, but you know why I do all these things? Did you hear what Pastor said in the beginning? I'm using every gift God gave me. Because guess what? If I'm not going to get you to understand your financial services, I'm going to get you to understand being healthy in your body. If I'm not going to get you being healthy in your body, I'm going to get you with this dream plan. Do Habakkuk 2 and 2. Write it down and make it plain. If I can't get you over there, I got a book for you. Oh, I'm going to get you somewhere in there and get you in line where God needs you to be. Because you know what? Because everybody's not going to get everything. So you have to be, you got to use, when I go to heaven, be like, God, was that well done? I'm doing well done. Okay?
Come on.
Somebody said I have more than one gift. Yes, Jacqueline, I bet you do, boo. I bet you do. I need you to
use
all
them.
the gifts, baby.
Don't be ashamed to use them.
The pastor said you forgot also our other location in Galveston, Texas.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Oh.
Baby,
we are in Galveston location. We have a Galveston.
Girl,
we are in Galveston, and the last 2 Sundays of the month. We're always in Galveston. Last 2 Sundays of the month, God birthed that location out in the midst of us getting into our new location. And it was really me wanting, because my mother doesn't drive, and so she lives in Galveston. So I wanted to make sure my mother didn't miss a service. And so I wanted to make sure she get a chance to get to a service if we wasn't, or no one was able to go and get her down in Galveston. So I said, okay, Lord, I'm going to start a church down there in Galveston, if that's all right with you. And he said, that's all right with me. And so that's how we end up at the two locations. So it got birthed out of the need of my mother. Come on, y'all.
Come on now. Come on. I love it. Are y'all listening? And wait a minute, Miss Tweety, and don't forget about our church in Galveston. I'm hoping if y'all didn't catch the beginning, y'all need to go back and do
but it also, my God, it just also made us realize that God said there's people that can't get to Lamar. There's folks in Galveston that can't get over to Texas City. And God said, I told you Galveston County didn't. I didn't tell you just one location in Galveston County. I told you Galveston County. So that God already told me that ain't your last stop in Galveston in Lamar. So we gonna have Galveston County. Hear what I say. And I believe God is going to take us up to Harris County again, because now we got people driving from Houston coming to our church. So watch God. Just watch God. That's all I'm going to tell you. Watch God. Don't watch me. Watch God.
I like to watch him because I'll be waiting for my turn. I'll be like, I'm like, what? Tag me in, boss. Tag me in. Let's go. I'm a faithful servant. Let's go.
Amen. Amen.
He is my coach, baby. He is my coach. He's going to be a game.
Amen.
Somebody had the audacity to try my character. And I was like, my character? I know my character ain't never under no light. But you know what? Go on, baby. You can see. I don't have skeletons in my closet. See, my skeletons are laying right here.
Come on.
See,
come on.
When you have skeleton, it's too heavy.
It's
too heavy when you do dirt and stuff.
There's too much weight to carry.
Yeah. I'm like, why you looking for skeletons, girl? Just look by my feet.
Come on.
Yeah. You want my book? You want me to send you my book? Because my book got my past in it.
Yeah.
Come on now.
It's too much weight to carry.
Too much. Yeah. You gotta release that stuff.
Too much baggage.
Baby, you been divorced? Who cares? That divorce didn't happen, baby.
Jesus.
Baby, put your hand up. Come on now. You been heartbroken. Who cares?
My. Come on.
Baby, I don't know if y'all got into this, but I'm so filled. I'm about to do some hallelujah stuff when I get done up out of her. So, just so y'all know, we didn't bring it up, but she also, you have an event pastor that's coming up. An event. I don't even know where the B came from. We have pastor have an event.
We have a youth conference.
And she's giving away.
We have a youth conference. Okay, I forgot.
And what do they need to do to win the conference tickets?
We want you to please like my page, which is Tess Beafneaux, and also share. We want you to share this tonight. I want you to share it. As many people, y'all always hear Pastor Tess say, share. Don't be selfish. Don't say I don't want nobody else to hear what they talking about. But see, I ain't made the podcast yet, because you don't know. When you bless others, God gonna bless you. Come on, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Caring.
People. So that's how y'all share. And so when you sharing it, you're gonna send me y'all. I'm gonna see who all sharing. I'm gonna see who have liked my page. And what we're giving away is those 2 youth tickets. We're giving one because we're having a 2-day youth conference, y'all. We're having one for the young men and we're having one for the young ladies. That Friday is the young men and that Saturday is the young ladies. So we're giving away 2 youth tickets. And we're giving away 2 youth tickets. And you know what? Share and like. And you know what? I didn't tell Rochelle this, but we're going to give away a male ticket and an adult ticket. So I'm giving away 4 tickets today, y'all. Come on, somebody. We're going to give a free woman's ticket. So we're giving a woman and a young girl ticket for that, ladies, and that youth conference. And then we're going to give away a man and a young man for the males conference. So come on, y'all, like and share. Come on,
yes, I love it.
As he's going. Come on, y'all. Woo!
Come on now.
Yes.
So she was giving away 2 tickets, but the spirit didn't move on over her, and now we're giving away 4 tickets. So, FYI, before we move on, somebody said you also have an e-church on Facebook.
We are getting ready to start an
What's an e-church?
E-church, yes, we are. It hadn't manifested just yet, but we're in the process, baby. My members is on it. Praise the Lord. They all on top of it, girl. Look, we're getting ready to start our e-church family because we have so many people that watch us and support us, and they sow too. So we want those that can't come and some that live out of state. We want them to be a part of what God, the move of God is happening. So we're going to start an e-church family. Yes, we are.
What's an e-church family?
E-church. That means that's the internet.
Girl, we don't tell nobody.
Everybody they don't come inside the church, but they are part of the church. They don't miss nothing we do. They always there and always sowing seeds. And so now we call them the e-church family. That's going to be our internet church family. We call them our e-church. Yes, they gonna
somebody said speak that e-church into existence. Yes, honey, yes.
I'm speaking it. It's already done.
Yes. Baby, let me tell you, y'all know I go crazy about Dream Plan Do Planner. Because you know why? Because you're Habakkuk 2:2. I said over and over. You don't have no money.
It's in my notes.
I mean, write the vision, make it plain.
Make it plain.
I don't even understand how people say they're going somewhere and they don't even have no map. You got the pen and the paper, write your map. Girl, come on now. I'm not gonna lie. I told somebody I'm gonna make $1 million next year. I'm gonna make $1 million. They say, okay, how much do you make? How much is it to make $1 million in a year? What would you have to do a month? And I went, he go, you ain't making $1 million. But that was true, right? You can't sit up here and claim you want to be a billionaire. You can't claim you want to be a millionaire. You can't claim you want to be a hundrenaire. And all you do in your spare time is sleep. Or eat. Or binge watch TV.
Come on.
I'm just being honest with you.
That's the truth.
That's why, like I said, every gift God gave me, I was sitting in my own, minding my own business, going like, write a vision board. I'm like, okay. How you gonna make it happen? I'm like, I don't know, And then once I wrote and I put pen to paper, I'd be like, anybody want a vision board? Vision board? You know why? Because everybody who actually buy it, who actually use it, do you know how good it feels? Not for my glory, but to know that I listen to him.
Come on. That's it.
His glory.
That's
when
it.
You do, if y'all stop and listen to God. What year was that test? 2016? It don't matter. Stop what you're doing. Take the notes. Write it down. In my vision planner, I think everybody who have one, what's on your weekly thing? It tells you what? New ideas.
Yes.
As long as you have breath in your body, an idea is going to escape through your brain.
Yeah.
And when it goes through your brain, write that idea down, because that could be the key to the very next step, guys. Somebody is holding the key that we need. Somebody is holding the blessing.
Yes.
Y'all do understand. Y'all about to preach up in here. You do understand that you're not here for you. God didn't put you here for you. God put you here to be a blessing to somebody else.
Yes.
I don't play with people.
Yeah, come on.
I don't play with people. Everything I do, because I know that God has told me what to do. And when I do what he tell me what to do, he's going to bless other people. Come on, I'm just a vessel.
Yes.
I ain't nobody. I'm just a vessel. I'm just doing what God told me to do.
Yeah.
Will invest.
For a minute.
Yes.
And listen to what God tell you to do. People,
Jesus.
Come on now. Pastor, this was good, Pastor. This was good, Pastor. I hope y'all heard everything that she said. Behind closed, baby, your people, girl, I can't. Girl, they already put the address in there. They said quit playing with us. They didn't put the dates in the comments. Yes, baby. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta have 12 disciples.
They on top of it,
I posted today. I'm looking for some queen pieces. I need some more disciples, okay? Come on now. Come on. Let's Stephanie on next. Miss Stephanie, how are you, beautiful? How are you?
Look, I am fabulous. Look, y'all have already just past the collection plate. Y'all have already I said y'all were reading my notes. Oh my gosh. Habakkuk 2:2 is in my notes. Proverbs 16:3 is in my notes. It's like y'all, I mean, look, Pastor already preached my sermon. She has already, oh my gosh. It's just confirmation from God to just see unity where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name. He will be in the midst. I mean, it's just confirmation. And when she was talking, look, I'm thinking, man, did she do Facebook Live this morning? Because I just got through saying the same thing. Hey, if you don't want to hear me, look, dismiss yourself. Get off my Facebook Live. I'm not going to stop saying what I'm saying. It's going to be said,
Yes.
It just has to be. People are just, I tell people all the time, it's like we need to be speaking about God all the time. It's like, we were designed by him. We were beautifully and wonderfully made. And so many people, they're talking about all the wrong things. Hey, we are God's people. He created us. And if you want to boast on somebody, he has bragging rights for us. If you want to boast on somebody, boast on God. Brag on God. Brag on someone that's worth bragging on, Don't sit around gossiping and tearing other people down. Brag on God. He owns bragging rights to us. So, hey, brag on God.
Yes.
Somebody said this is just beautiful. Somebody said we love our pastor.
Yes.
So why do you feel?
And I'm like her. I know a lot of. Yes.
Go ahead.
I was just telling her, look, I really enjoy. I mean, hey, I enjoyed it because I know a lot of people don't condone women ministers and women parents. But guess what? hey, we're not for them to condone it. Whatever God tells me to do, I'm going to do. I don't care who doesn't like it. I don't
Yes,
care who doesn't like it. Hey, sometimes I really think they get offended because women speak well. We just speak well. We are who we are. And I was just telling someone earlier today. I said I feel like I'm like the Ford truck. We were built to last because we are the glue that holds everything together. We were built to last.
We are
I
the
mean,
queen piece,
we
okay?
can
In chess.
we can actually. I mean, it's true.
We are the
That should have
most
been our
powerful
name.
piece. I
I
just
love
posted
it.
that today.
I love it.
I
Love
can't.
it.
So I got this question because I hear you talk about success a lot, Miss Stephanie. So why is success so important to you? Why do you feel like it's so important?
Success has always been important to me because and a lot of people, it builds your self-confidence. It
It
builds your
does.
self-confidence when a lot of people are feeling down. When you feel like you have a sense of well-being and you have what it takes to to help build other people up, it just gives you that gratification to just know that you can help other people and that you are making a difference in your community. Because I
Yes.
always think, how do I want to be remembered when I leave here? What are
Yes.
people going to say
Yes.
about me when I leave here? Am I going to are they going to say I made a difference? And I tell my children all the time, they hate to hear me say this, but I tell them, I said all the time, when I leave here, don't cry for me. I want one of the two of you. I have two children and I have a bonus son, but I tell them I want one of you to get up and say, my mom did everything she wanted to do and some. Don't cry for me because hey, I am going to use up every talent, just like Pastor said. I'm going to use up
Yes.
every
I
talent. When I
love
leave, there will
that.
be nothing left. Because we
Come on.
know if we leave here with our work undone, it's going to be undone. We have to do what God has called us to do. No one else is going to
Yes.
do our work, whatever talents He's given you. Hey, if He didn't give me the talent, I am not going to do it. I don't sing. I back up in the choir. I don't sing, but I cook occasionally. I don't really cook a lot either, but I can cook because my mother's the best cook in the United Nations. I can cook, but I mean, I
Yes.
do a lot of I have a lot of other talents, and I'm a mentor, I'm a coach, I'm a grandmother, I'm a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, and I do everything to the best of my ability. As long as I know at the end of the day that I have done what God has called me to do, that's all that matters. I don't
Yes.
try to please man because one thing I know is God will never change. Man will change on you,
Yes.
but God will never
Yes.
change. And so I just always look to the hills, which comes my help. My dad was a minister. My dad is our pastor, and everybody always thinks I'm preaching to them. It's like, no, I am not preaching to you, but I go to church. I pay attention. I write the scriptures and I can tell you exactly where he came from, what he said. And some people don't go to church to pay attention. They go to church and they do everything else but what they're supposed to be doing in
Oh
church.
no.
It's really irritating when people go to church and they sit there and they talk and they play on
Mm.
their phones and they do everything. It's really irritating. It's like you can stay at home. If you're not going to come to church and respect God's house and do what needs to be done, you just need to stay at the house. And I don't mean to step on
Yeah.
anybody's toes, but if I do, just say action, keep it moving.
Oh no. I can't. Miss Stephanie. Miss Stephanie. Somebody said yes, we
Hey,
are built to last. Yes, they love that.
Amen.
They said,
yes, we are.
yes, wait, hold up. We're built to last, and yes, God is our strength. Yes, they're loving
Yeah.
it, Stephanie. They loving it. I'm
Yes.
telling you, y'all tonight, y'all are giving it to the audience, and I hope that y'all are taking everything that's been given because
Amen.
if you listen, well, I don't even think Stephanie even talked on anything that she's broken about. But when I tell you that these are some powerful ladies up here who've been through some things and through the storm, and look at the girl, they shining bright like a diamond on here today.
Amen.
What is the biggest factor that helped you become successful, Miss Stephanie?
Actually, the biggest factor that has helped me become successful is perseverance and just being determined. You have to have that determination to just keep going because I was a widow. Back in 2003, I became a young widow. And just think if I wouldn't have been determined to
Yes.
get out of the bed, I mean, I was depressed, I was broken. It's like I didn't care if I lived or died. And one day the spirit just told me, it's like, you have two children, you have two mouths to feed and yourself. And so anyway, I got out of bed. I mean, I looked like a hot mess.
Come on
It's like
now.
I was at my mom's and my parents had told me, you can stay here as long as you want, but the longer you stay here, the harder it's going to be for you to
Mm.
go back home. And I finally got out of bed and finally just had to make myself move around, make myself do the things that I had to do. But I mean, just think if I would have just waddled there in my own mess and just kept, if I was really angry with God, I didn't get to say goodbye. It's like it just happened. That was Monday is supposed to be the start of your week. It happened on a Monday. It happened on a Monday, March the 31st, 2003. And my babies were just 10 and 14. And so I was a young widow, and I went through a lot of challenges. And I tell you, depression people don't really understand how depression comes upon you. But depression, I was depressed, and I just didn't care. Like I said, I didn't care if I lived or died. And I finally had to, just pray and pray and pray and get myself out of the rut that I was in, and pray to God and realize, it wasn't the time. Look, no time is a time to be angry with God, but
Yes.
I realized that I needed God more than anything at that time. And so I finally just prayed, and I would always say, God, why me? And the Spirit told me, why not you? You're not special. And that's when I realized. So I never say why me. It's like it's not what happens to you. It's how you adjust and how you react to what happens to you. So I don't say why me anymore. I just take whatever cards I'm dealt,
Yes.
and I just, hey, I make the best hand I can make out of those cards.
Yes.
But I really have gone, like I said, I was broken, and I thank God. That's actually how my book Listen with a Purpose was birthed. And I actually will be giving this book away, but this book is called Listen with a Purpose. And there's an exercise in here that has 7 steps of getting over losing a loved one, because we've had so many
Yeah.
so many bereaved families, so much death because of the this pandemic that's going on. And so many people they're just grieving in silence. And just to know that they're not the only one grieving alone, because I definitely know how widows feel. I know how everyone feels. Death is death. I don't care if it was sudden, if it was if it was unexpected, if it was planned, they were sick. I mean, it doesn't matter. Long term, the pain is the same. And so anyway,
Yes.
I have a group called Rings of a Widow. And so we're actually having meetings here at my home, and we would, do these different little games and play activities. And we had we would write a letter to our loved one, whoever we wanted to write a letter to, but people would come sad. And by the end of the meeting, they would leave laughing and just in good spirits. And so anyway, we really have to get that going again. I was going to start it up online again, but it's just not the same online. I like that
Yeah.
face-to-face interaction.
Yeah.
I like the presence of people. And so anyway, I wanted to start it up online, but I'm just not really, I'm ready to open my home up again, to start having my meetings every other Saturday like we were having them, because people were really, really enjoying those. And this book has traveled around the globe and helped many, many people. I've gotten feedback. And so, and I must give a testimony. One day, the Holy Spirit told me to put the book on Amazon, and I wouldn't. I wouldn't put the book on Amazon because I had been told you're not going to earn a lot of money if you put your book on Amazon. And so God told me it wasn't about the money. So I was forced to put the book on Amazon, and I didn't put it on there when I was told. And then one day my second book showed up on Amazon. I have no idea how it got there. I didn't put it there. Matter of fact, I didn't even know how to put it there. I did not even know how to put the book on Amazon. And so anyway, I was led to come to my computer and go to Amazon, and I'm thinking, and so my book had been there for like 3 months. I didn't even know the book was there on Amazon. And so the second book, I did have some assistance putting the second book on Amazon. So both of the books are on Amazon. But it's like you just have to be obedient to God and do whatever God tells you to do. Because trust me,
Yes.
He is not going to let you rest until you do what you're told.
Man.
Guys, let me do a recap, okay? Rachel's recap.
Yes.
So, if you heard her correctly, she was married, had 2 beautiful children, living her best life, and woke up on a Monday, getting ready to start her week off, and her husband passes away. Let me make sure y'all resonate what we're saying. He wasn't sick. He passed away like that. Just, I can't even get my fingers to pop, okay? And so that's why it's so important to treat people how they should be treated, and tell people they love them before you close your eyes every night, and make amends when you need to make amends. But what I want to make sure that you heard what she said, because after she said that, she said she was broken. Okay. Not only
he actually did have he had heart disease, but he had open heart surgery, but he was perfectly fine.
Right.
Everything he was perfectly fine that particular day.
Exactly. Right. So it wasn't something that they was building up like this is his last time. Okay. So if you heard her correctly, she broke down, went to her parents' house and was like, I'm giving up. I'm not doing this. I'm not going to be a single mom. I lost my spouse. I can't do this. And then as she started building herself back up, I don't even know if y'all caught it, but when she started building her stuff back up, what does she do now? She talked to, did you Miss Pastor Tish said it earlier. I said it earlier, and now confirmation number 3 said it again. When you go through a storm,
yes,
and you come out of that storm, you should come out that thing with superpowers, because now she uses what broke her is her power to heal others. Come on now. Y'all are going through these storms, through the same storm, and wonder why you can't get out, because you ain't learned nothing in that storm. You just keep going through the same storm over and over. But when you learn from that storm and get strength through that storm, you're going to help the next person through this storm.
Yes.
Guys, I get so many inboxes when I tell about how I was getting beat up and used to have my hair over my head, my eye, so you couldn't see my black eye. You know, that was embarrassing to say at one point in my life. Right?
Come on.
But because I'm not embarrassed no more,
come on,
I can get inboxes at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Can I talk to you?
Wow.
Crying, broken. But you know what? I can't help people if my mouth is closed. Tess can't help people. Pastor can't help people if our mouth is closed. Did you hear?
Come on.
Author Stephanie said she wrote a whole book.
Yes.
How many steps, Stephanie? How many steps that you give them to help them get through the grieving? Was it 7?
7.
Because you know I can make up some stuff. 7 steps to get through the grieving. And then she backdoors and invites you into her home to help you. Come on now. Go and take my husband. I'm having a whole history fit. Don't call me, Stephanie, about nothing. Don't call me about nothing. You know, but I love it. And I hope that y'all are getting it. And I hope that y'all, and it, girl, we got so many comments. Hold on. Let me get my head down. Okay. Somebody said obedience is better than escape. I don't know if I've read that right. Don't worry about it. Okay. Sorry, Tanya. I probably tore that up. Somebody said, amen, Stephanie Allen. I love to keep speaking about the anointed book on Amazon. Amazing. Yes, she has 2 of them on Amazon. When you go through a storm, you come out with superpowers to heal others. Absolutely. Yes, baby. Guess what? If you've been injured, that means you're full of superpowers.
Yeah.
Put that superpower on. 7 steps to get through, baby. When I tell you, when it's over, all you gotta do is read the comments, baby, because they dropping it. I seen some more. Let me see. Can I go down? Shay Washington said, when you know who you are and your purpose, can't nobody tell you nothing different. I hate to go back to dream plan. I hate to go back to my dream plan, do planner. But on the first page, it asks you what your name is. What your name is. Why does it ask you that? Because when you know who Pastor Tess is, when you know who Author Stephanie is, you can't tell nobody nothing when they know what they made of. Come on now. Sorry, Stephanie. I'm just saying. I just had to, that was a lot.
No, that's okay. Honestly, because we were talking about the biggest factor that helped me become successful, but because we have to, another thing is we have to stop looking for validation. Stop looking for people to validate, especially it's like, we were told, look, by one of my mentors, stop taking constructive criticism from someone that has never constructed anything. They love to tell you what's going to work for you, what's not going to work for you. Oh, I tried this, I tried that. You know what? I am so glad you tried all of those things. Let me try it and let me see what works for me. I don't need you to tell me how to do what I do, because guess what? You can only be as good as you want to be. So I don't need you to tell me how to do I do.
Stephanie.
I listen to God. I take instructions from God. I don't change my plans for anyone. And so anyway, I don't try to put the horse before the buggy. I stay in alignment with God, because God never blesses anyone or anything that's out of line. And we need to learn that.
Baby.
Yeah.
Tanya said 7 stands for completion. Yes, girl. Yes, baby. Yes. This audience is on fire. Somebody
the number 7 is very, very powerful.
Yes. Jacqueline said that she had been through breast cancer. God bless you, sweetie queen. And guess what? She said, I think her verbiage was, she is a survivor.
Yes.
That's super amazing. Guess what?
Yeah.
7 is a defined number. It really is. It really is.
Yes,
I
I
got
just said
married on
7
the
is a number of
27th. Can I
completion.
add the 2 in front of
Yes,
it
it
to make
is.
it divine? I don't know.
Yes.
I might have made
Yes.
it. What is the best advice that you would give somebody, Miss Stephanie?
The best advice I would give someone is to know your purpose, because your purpose is going to be followed by your vision. And again, I have to reiterate Habakkuk 2:2. Write the vision and make it plain, because you
Yes.
can't teach what you don't know, and you can't lead where you don't go. Write the vision. Rachel was speaking earlier, because I was thinking, how can you get in your car and you're going to take a trip, but you don't have a map? Do you
Come
know
on
where you're
now.
going? You can't just get in your car and start driving. How are you going to get there if you don't have the directions, or if you don't have a GPS? I mean, you have got to write it down. If you fail to look, they tell y'all to look, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You got
Come
to
on
write it
now.
down. There's no other way around
Come
it.
on.
You have got to write it down.
Yeah. That's
I
good.
love it,
And I tell
guys.
you,
Yes.
write the vision and make it plain. You got to write the vision. If you don't if you don't have a
Yes.
vision, what are you going to do? You have to have something to
Yes.
look forward to.
So
It's just
I have
there's just
Tanya.
no other way around it.
I love that. I have Tanya and Jacqueline that's on here that say breast cancer survivors. Baby, when that book coming out? Y'all know I help write books. Y'all can inbox me. We'll do this book for free, okay? I
All
think
right.
that'll just be. Guess
Come
what?
on.
That wasn't even playing. God,
Oh.
like get it now.
Come on.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let me tell y'all something.
Come
I know I
on.
have 2 aunts that are cancer survivors. I know lots of cancer survivors.
You know what? I don't even want to get teary eyed. Y'all know somebody who I love.
Wouldn't that be a great book?
It
That would
be
be
a great
awesome,
book.
wouldn't it?
I am
Because I'm
going
sure they
through-
all feel something different. You know, that
Yes.
would be awesome.
It would be awesome. There's so many women
Wow.
who is probably at their
Need that
beginning
encouragement.
stage. You know what I'm saying? And they can help them understand the pathway, the emotions,
and the feeling.
yes,
the emotions.
That only you can explain. I can't explain it. I haven't walked that walk. That's not my shoe.
I haven't walked it. Yeah,
People
I haven't
get
walked
so
it.
mad at me when I say certain stuff. You can't. No, I'm just gonna hit some toes. You can't have less than $50,000 in your savings account and tell me nothing. Sorry. Drop that mic. Boom.
Come on.
I'm not being funny. Like, if you can't tell me about no finances, and you don't have no finances. I'm just saying. We listen to people.
It is what it is.
We listen to people who not even where we trying to go. No. I don't care if you read a book. I don't care if you teach the financial literacy class. But if your checking account hit the negatives or got 1 0 on it, you can't tell me about no finances.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
Sorry, guys. Somebody did hear that. That just came out. I don't even know. Just let's stop. So
Hey,
somebody said,
it is what it is.
Somebody said something about a book. I'm writing a book called "Hurt Little Girls Become Hurt Little Girls Become Hurt Women." Come on now, hurt now. Yes, baby.
Wow.
Yes. So make sure
that's powerful. That is powerful. Yes.
Guys, unmasking the blueprint.
Amen.
My whole goal behind this podcast.
Yes.
God gave me 3 podcasts that He wanted me to do. And He told me which one I was going to do first, which one I was going to do second, which one I was going to do third. And I told God, okay, but I ain't writing it on my planner though.
No, you're not going to tell God what you're not going to do.
I know, right?
Yeah. And so God said it again. So I said, let me write this down because this man is persistent. So I wrote it down. And so life happened. And one day I opened my planner and it was like, boom. Podcast. I was like, oh, we already been through a year. I wrote it a year ago. And it popped up saying, this is the day that you're supposed to be aligning your podcast. I was like, okay. So I'm just obedient. And I aligned it. And the purpose of this podcast is there is so many diamonds in the rough. Pastor, you are a diamond. And sometimes we get overlooked. Okay? But I tell you what I do know. God didn't give me this platform to have a few listeners. I don't care what we have today. I don't care who's watching today.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
Go ahead and put this
Yes.
platform here because it's going to be an overflow of blessings that come from this podcast to his people.
Yes, yes,
Okay?
Mm.
Arthur Stephanie, I'm telling you, that's why this podcast was invented, because you are a diamond. And sometimes you get overlooked and underbooked. But God said your time is coming.
Come on.
You know? And so when I
yes.
decided to do this podcast, I was like, let me talk about God. And he just
Yes.
continuously blessed me. It's, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I reached out to big old people to be on my podcast. And everybody's like, I'm booked into this day. I'm booked into this day. I'm booked into this day, right? And then I started like, okay, so God, who do you want me to interview? And then I run across somebody's page. I'm like, oh, I want to know. I've been honest, want to know about what Tess doing. Oh, I want to know what this doing. And it has never failed me yet. Every person who's been on this show either has more followers, something been bought, they've been invited to things. Why? Because God, when God creates something, he don't create no mess. He creates an overflow. That's what he do. And so we have to be obedient. I'm a pearl. Girl, wait a minute. Miss Tanya said, baby, she ain't no diamond. She a pearl, baby. I can't. Yes, honey. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. Somebody, let's go. Let's write this book, okay?
Yes.
Guys, this show has been super amazing.
Yes,
Stephanie,
it has.
I feel like so before I need to talk with Stephanie real quick. I didn't write this on my notes, but you said we was giving us a book, and how do we get this book? How do somebody win that book?
I need someone to just go to my DM on Facebook Messenger and send me a takeaway. Send me a takeaway from one of the nuggets that I gave, something that may have helped them. And one thing we did not talk about is my habits. My habits for success is you have to have, excuse me, anytime you want to talk about something that's useful, the devil always tries to. When I came home early today, I started to have a really bad sinus. I mean, I was stopped up. I said, okay, devil, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. You are not going to stop me from talking. Then I had internet issues. So he came at me all kinds of ways today. But anyway, you have to have those habits, just like the plan, do, review, the planner that Rachel has. You have to have some daily habits. You have to have a calendar. You have to have your plans. You have to stick to your plans. You can't be all over the place. And so you have to have those daily habits. It's very important. You have to have your personal self-development. You have to stick to a plan. If you don't stick to a plan, you are just going to be all over the place, and nothing is going to get done. You're going to overwhelm yourself, and nothing is going to get completed. So you have to have your daily habits. You have to do it. Hey, if you don't look, if it's up to me, you have to do it. You can't sit around and wait on someone else to come make you successful. Nobody's going to make you successful, because if you don't take care of you, nobody's going to take care of you. You have got to do what needs to be done. And like I said, you're only as good as you want to be, and you can't look. They don't deposit the excuses at my bank, so you got to get rid of the excuses.
I love
excuses. I mean, you can't have a stank attitude. You can't. I mean, you have got to have the right attitude, the attitude of gratitude. No. Everything is not always going to go your way. You can't walk around with your feelings on your shoulders. People are going to be who they are, and let them be who they are. When God moves them out of your way, let them go. Let them go. Yeah. Everybody is not going where you're going. They're just not. No. Everybody cannot go to the next level with you. It's just a hindrance to you. That's why God gets rid of that old baggage that you're hanging on to. Old baggage is just like old trash. If you hang on to it long enough, hey, it's going to start. And so you got to take it out. You got to let go of it. And that's just the way it is. Some people won't like it. Some people just, they kind of fall off for no reason. It has nothing to do with you. Just let God be God all by himself. He does not need our help. I let him handle all of my problems every day, all day, every day. I give them to him.
I love that.
My shoulders are too small to be carrying people. And so, hey, I serve a big God. I serve a big God.
I love it.
I want to know where that book is at before we end. How can they get that book?
Love it.
They will go to my inbox and send me a nugget, and then I will actually I'm gonna take their names. I'm gonna do a drawing, Facebook Live. I'm gonna put their names on a wheel. I will spin the wheel, and whoever it lands on, I will get their information, and I will mail them I will autograph their book and mail it to them.
Whoever wins, make sure you send me an email so I can congratulate them on our page. Like I need to do the last winner.
I will do.
the last winner who got the $150 free coaching, her name was Tina. Why I know Tina name? I don't know why I'm having a short bus moment right now. Tina. You know you won, girl.
I was a winner also.
Last week?
Yes, I was.
No, you wasn't. You was a show before that.
I won the free session. I won the free virtual session.
All right.
Let me tell y'all something. I took a mini vacation. Okay? I don't have all my notes. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. So, y'all, I'm telling y'all, on this show, we do great giveaways. When I tell you they give away, I mean, Pastor giving away 4 tickets instead of just the 2 tickets. Every show is a giveaway. Every show is going to do nothing but add to your life, add value to you, knowledge and understanding. And I want to clarify something because I felt the Spirit made me clarify. When I reached out to people, right? My second, somebody told me to reach out to people who've already been on interviews before. And God said, no, I'm going to tell you who I want you to interview. So let me clarify that up a little bit. Let me clarify. And so you can easily go and mimic, like Miss Tish said, like Pastor Tish said, I can easily go and mimic who other people is interviewing. I don't want to be a mimicker of what other people is interviewing. So I asked God, okay, so who you want me to interview? And he just keep putting y'all in my pathway of who's next and what needs to happen. Does that make sense? So I want to make sure I clarify that because I don't ever want nobody to think that if you on my show, I didn't want you on my show. I could talk this whole show by myself. I talk a lot. I could do a whole 45 minutes by myself. So it's not about educating. Like I could educate y'all from the rooter to the tutor by myself. Because I didn't think so much drama. This whole show would be filled with the hallelujahs and praise the Lord. But it's not about me though. It's not all about me. It's about who God bring on this platform because somebody needs to hear about Pastor Tess who looking for a church home in Galveston County. There's somebody right now who's broken, who husband and passed, who wife and passed, and they need to understand, guess what? We can go to Stephanie's house. We can leave laughing. We can talk. There's 7 steps to help me get through this. What an Amazon link at? Okay? And somebody needs this show. Thank you, Pastor, for being on today. Thank you, Author Stephanie, for being on today. Because I promise y'all are a true light and a true blessing to some folks. Because you're definitely a true blessing to me.
Bless you, woman of God.
And I'm so glad to have y'all.
Bless you.
And so, I don't know if y'all want to dance out or not, but my husband's going to come out and dance out. Y'all dancing out?
Yes.
Woo!
Oh, Lord, look. I might get some inboxes from Pastor later. Did y'all see that face? Like, wait a minute. All right. Come on, Pastor, you got it.
I don't know what he's about to play, but come out here.
Share with your family and friends if you enjoyed the show. This show, I'm asking the blueprint, is for you. So send me a message with the topics you want us to discuss. Until next time, y'all stay safe.
Blessings, Stephanie. Blessings. Yes. Okay.
Thank y'all for being on tonight. Thank you so much.
Yes.
You're welcome. Thank you for having